Peacemaker Season 2 is a show which is uniquely funny, emotional, action-packed, and much more, all while being very enjoyable to watch. The series bridges the DC Extended Universe and James Gunn's DC Universe, meaning it certainly feels linked into the latest Superman movie. While the story is strong, the initial problem would be how would they link Season 1 to Season 2 of the show, as they are set in two different DC universes. To solve all the difficulties around making it work, James Gunn made the decision to effectively retcon the old DC universe in the recap of the first episode of Season 2. A brief warning too, there will be some spoilers scattered throughout, so if you don't want to be spoiled, it might be best to come back after you've watched it through. Welcome to our review of Peacemaker Season 2. To briefly recap the first series of the show, the first season takes place after the events of the Suicide Squad and follows Chris Smith, who is recruited by Argus, a federal agency that monitors and deals with aliens, superhumans, and other supernatural occurrences. He joins a team tasked with eliminating a threat known as the Butterflies, alien creatures that possess human hosts. As the mission series unfolds, Chris struggles with guilt over past actions and begins to question his violent ideology. Along the way, Peacemaker confronts his abusive father, the White Dragon, or Augie Smith, ultimately killing him. By the end of the series, Peacemaker changes from a violent soldier who blindly follows orders into someone who thinks for himself and tries to do the right thing even if it means breaking the rules. Season 2 continues with Chris finding another dimension where his father and his deceased brother are both alive and work together as a superhero team. This leads him to struggle between the happiness in this reality and the trauma in his reality, asking the question, is this really his father? And if so, can Chris forgive him? This question brings us to talking about the many themes present in Peacemaker Season 2, from moral exploration to all-out bloodshed. This series continues Peacemaker's search to find his complex ideology and identity, all while retaining plenty of action that the series is known for. On top of this, the show contains plenty of comedic moments for the comedy lovers, which is certainly in line with James Gunn's style. It very well mixes light-hearted jokes with dark humor and gore. All of this means that the show has something for everyone. And while people might say, but hey, how can a show be about someone finding out who he is, or while beating up hundreds of people and being funny? And the answer is, we don't know, but take a look at any James Gunn superhero movie, and it seems he sprinkles some kind of magical dust on them, because somehow it works every single time. The show's story itself is a very good one, and certainly resembles something like Guardians of the Galaxy. Compared to the first season of the show, it is darker, and sometimes more emotional. Peacemaker connects itself to the DCU amazingly, almost seemingly transferring universes. This new dimension, known as Earth X, may seem idyllic at first, but as later revealed, a spoiler alert, it's actually run by the Nazis. Well, not quite. In this dimension, the Axis powers won World War II. The world is run by an authoritarian state that eliminates and prosecutes minorities. While this fascist background is hidden, subtle clues, such as everyone being white in the background of the scenes, swastikas instead of stars on the flags, which by the way are cleverly hidden to the last episode, and a giant mustache man mural reveal the truth to Peacemaker. Hidden in the other world were some small details to the world we are used to, which help differentiate it from our own, such as Scrabble instead of Scrabble and Cheerio spelt with an H. Moving on to talk about the characters, and oh boy, there are a lot of them. Of course, Peacemaker is a fantastic character who certainly poses as the main character, as I'm sure is obvious. John Cena acted him perfectly, and I genuinely can't think of a more perfect actor for the job. Amelia Harcourt, who is Peacemaker's main love interest and friend, as well as ex-Argus agent, is also excellently acted by Jennifer Holland, who is in fact married to James Gunn. The dynamic between Peacemaker and Harcourt is one of the show's highlights, evolving from distrust in Season 1 to a genuine friendship. Vigilante, played by Freddie Stromer, is arguably the series' most unhinged and hilarious character who exists, as Peacemaker's somewhat overly enthusiastic sidekick. Next we have Leota Adebayo, played by Danielle Brooks, as the newest member of the team, and the daughter of Amanda Waller, the leader of Project Butterfly. She brings a necessary layer of humanity and moral conflict to the group. The character always seems to act as an emotional counterweight to Peacemaker's chaos, and is the most empathetic character in the series. Lastly, we have John Economos, the team's tech expert, played by Steve Agee. While initially the victim of many of Peacemaker's jokes, he ends up being quite funny and a relatable arc. During Season 2, he is conflicted between continuing work with Peacemaker's group or his professional job at Argus. However, reluctantly, he sides with his friends whenever right. The wide variety of characters gives the show some interesting character dynamics and moments. All the characters are very well written, and in the end, form quite a wonderful group. The show hosts some very cool cameos too, which I won't spoil for the sake of your surprise. Spoiler warning, the main villain of the show is Rick Flag Sr., who was general in the military as well as the director of Argus. Angry about the death of his son, who died at the hands of Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad, Flag has a personal grudge against the show's protagonist. However, Peacemaker Season 2 isn't a perfect show. For those with limited knowledge about the different DCU universes and how they connect, the show's transition may be confusing for some. While it was certainly handled very well, possibly as good as possible, transferring universes will always create a small amount of what? Another small thing, and this is subjective too, is that it felt like in some parts the show sacrificed the action for the story and character development, which is certainly important to do. Still though, we felt it got very close to hitting the perfect balance but just missed it now. So should you watch Peacemaker Season 2? If you love the first season of the show, or the most recent Superman movie, and are looking for something that blends action, emotion and comedy, or simply want to find something new that's awfully good, Peacemaker Season 2 may be a great season for you. By the time this review goes live, all the episodes should be out, and you can binge it if you like. For a final rating, we give the show a 9 out of 10. If you like the video, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks for watching.